get going. Or smiley face, whichever one you're feeling. Cool. Oh, Steffi, I didn't see you join. Welcome. Valente as well. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Cool. Seeing lots of smiley faces. So let's get going. So just a recap from last lesson. So we were looking at financial documents, same as today. And we had a quick, brief look at till slips, quotations, invoices, and bank statements. So the important thing to take away from the last lesson is the only document, that you can really study for is the bank statement, just the process on how to work out the different numbers, whether it's the balances or missing numbers in the bank statement. Quotations, invoices, till slips, all the information is there. You just need to look at the information, understand it, but it's all there for you. You can't really study for it. It's almost like a maths comprehension type thing. Okay, and then just a reminder, quotations come first and then invoices. So you normally get a quote first. You don't need to pay when you get a quote. A quote helps you compare prices of whatever you're looking at. So if you want to paint your house, you can go get a quote from 3 different paint shops, what it will cost you, and then you can compare, see which is the cheaper option. Once you accept the quote, you are then handed an invoice. So those two work hand in hand. Invoice, once you get that, that means you actually have to now pay for what you have agreed to buy. Okay, so we looked at those 4 financial documents on Monday. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at some more finance terminology because there is quite a bit of it. And then a payslip, account statement, and loan agreements. Okay, so just quickly, is there any word that you guys remember from Monday? Any terminology that stood out to you?
Comment them in the chat, guys.
Got none. Okay, so remember, we spoke a lot about bank closing balance, good, and that's a good one because we're looking at that today. Well done, Yasmin. So closing balance works hand in hand with opening balance. Balance also is another one. Withdrawal, that's money coming out of your account, good. Debit and credit, good. Debit also.
Yasmin and Steph on fire.
Yeah, they really paid attention. Deposit, good, and debit order. Okay, so remember, deposit money is going into your account, withdrawal money out of your account. Debit order is when you give someone permission to take money out of your account every month. So for example, Vodacom, you sign an agreement saying that they can take their monthly fee out of your account every single month. Okay, so working with those terms, we are now looking at a few others. Now, I hope everyone can read these. I might have to squish this table a bit. Let me know if this helps, because I'm going to zoom in now. So just like the lesson on Monday, we're going to do a little bit of a match the columns. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to just look at the different words and the definitions. And most of these words you should have come across before or seen somewhere in a math lit question. Okay, so you've had a bit of a look at the definitions. Who can tell me the definition for salary? Is it A, B, C, D, E, F, or G? Okay, it's almost unanimous, but correct. Salary is D. The amount of money that is paid on a monthly basis. Now, it's very important that you know that the key word there is monthly. I have seen it in tests before where they ask you the definition between salary and wages. We'll get to the wage definition now. Okay, gross income. What's our answer there? Gross income. Nice, you are on fire. Okay, you guys, you know these words. Good. I'm seeing a lot of E's coming through. Good. Okay, so that's it. E. So keyword here is before your deductions. Okay, wage. Okay, you guys are getting used to these. So it is A. Good. The amount of money that is paid on a daily or weekly basis for work done. Okay, so keyword with wage is daily or weekly. Okay, again, if you do ever forget it, something to remember, week start with W, wage starts with a W. Okay, then net income.
Siwa is so quick. I can't believe it. Anna Sanda and Nomsle. Look at all these great answers.
But I really do hope that you guys are trying this by yourselves also, not just looking at the first person. Okay, good. So net income is C, keyword after deductions. So I don't know if you guys can see that salary and wages are linked together. It's the amount being paid either weekly or monthly. And then gross income and net income are linked together. One's before deductions, one's after. Okay, so gross is before, and then net is after your deductions. Good. Those are 4 very important definitions. I have seen these being asked, like what is the difference between net and gross, or asking what is the gross income, because people do get confused between gross and net. So make sure you know the difference. Okay, loan.
You guys are so quick. Wow.
Should I just say answer the rest? Straight up.
Yeah, no, I think everybody should just have like a little summary in the chat because wow.
Steffi, I'm having network problems, so my answers will be slow. Don't stress.
Worry not,
Okay,
Steffi.
so loan, an agreed sum of money that is lent by a bank or a financial institution. Good, you guys got that straight away. And then installment.
No, you guys are on fire today. I understand why it is so hot today. It's because of you guys.
Oh, okay. So I'm seeing some conflicting answers here. Granted, we only have F and G left, but I'm seeing both. Siwa, I'm proud of you because you double checked your answer or made a typo and fixed it. Okay, so installment is in fact G. So you'll see or hear often that people have to pay their car installments. It's normally for big things where you loan a large sum of money and you have to pay it off in equal amounts every single month. And those equal amounts are called installments. Okay, so it can be over 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. It all depends on what you agree with the bank. And then, yeah. Credit limits is the maximum amount of money that a lender will allow you to spend on a credit card or line of credit. Hopefully you've never had to, well, you shouldn't have. I don't think you allow credit cards. But your credit limit is the maximum that you can spend on your credit card. Or line of credit, when they talk about line of credit, so for example, on an account, if you have an Edgar's account, True's account, mainly clothing accounts type of thing, they also give you a limit. Because obviously if there's no limit put in place, everyone's just going to go and spend all the money. And then, yeah, they'll be left with nothing. Okay, so good, guys. You guys did really, really well with those definitions. Now, mostly in tests, you're not going to match the columns. They'll probably ask you, what is the definition of this word? It's just a fun way, though, to learn it by doing match the column. So just, like I said, I highlighted the really important ones that I have seen often in tests, but please do know the different words. Okay. So then, let's have a look at the three we're looking at today. First one is payslip. Now, we've all heard of a payslip before. Maybe some of you have gotten a payslip. You've got a part-time job, and it's an employee's payslip that displays their earnings, their deductions. So deductions can be tax, UIF, pension, etc. The company's contributions to any benefits, as well as the net salary. Now, we've looked at net salary already. Remember, net salary is the money they are left with at the end of the month. After all the deductions come off. Then account statements. This document reflects all transactions that take place between a business and a particular customer for a given period of time. So account statements, for example, can be your Edgar's, your Woolworths, your Trueworths, so like clothing accounts, MTN, Vodacom, etc. Those are examples of account statements. And then a loan statement gives a summary of the loan balance, so how much you still owe. It shows the payments that you've made over the months, over the years, and the interest that has been charged on loaning that money. Okay, so like I said, guys, when it comes to financial documents, you can't really study too much because they can give you an account statement in any form. So the first one we're going to look at is a payslip. Now, all payslips are going to have roughly the same information, but it just could be set up differently. Like it could look completely different to the one that you've seen on the screen now, but it will have the same information. So my advice, whenever looking at a financial document, just take some time to look at it, see all the information that they're giving you. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time now just to have a look at this.
Exercise 1, payslip. Yes.
Okay, guys, so payslip. The key things when looking at a payslip is earnings. So what the individual is actually making. Mostly it's normally just a salary. If they're lucky, they're getting some other kind of benefit from their company, like a housing subsidy. They could be getting contributions to their pension and whatnot. So there are certain benefits. You'll just have to take the payslip as it comes. And then the next section that's also important is deductions. So there'll always be earnings on the one side, deductions on the other side, and they'll list all of them. So our deductions are the normal tax, UIF, medical aid, pension. There could be other ones, there could be less. Like I said, payslips can vary. And the setup can look very different. Over here, they show us all the personal information of the employee. Okay. Are we ready for the questions?
Woo, woo. I know you're going to get them right again, guys.
Okay, so can we all see them? Okay, don't worry about seeing all of them, but can you at least see to question number 3? If not, let me know.
Just make a thumbs up there for us if you can see the questions. Okay, I see more thumbs, meaning we are ready to go.
Okay, so quickly try the first two for me, and then we'll see if anyone wants to share their voice and we can hear their beautiful answer, because I think these are quite nice and easy. So just do number 1 and 2. You can do number 3 if you're working really quickly, if you want to.
Ayabonga. Look at Yamgela.
Okay, so
Num-
you guys are very keen on just typing. Does no one ever want to unmute and tell me the answer? If you do, just raise your hand and I'll gladly want to hear your voice. Okay, but anyway, Ayabongo, Yamkela, well done. You've got the answer for the first one, and Steffi and Lauren. Okay, the answer is A to Z, staffing solutions. Okay, this is and can be a question in an exam. Okay, they always do start off with a nice, easy one, so it is possible. Okay, it can range from 1 to 2 marks, that kind of question. Then, on which date did Savannah receive her salary?
I saw Valent answered. There goes Yamkela and Steffi and Ayabonga.
Okay, good.
You guys are such stars.
So the 25th of June, 2022. Okay. Guys, with questions like this, like I said, very possible to get them in exam, but sometimes we get lazy or we just don't think things through, and then we forget to add the year or the 25 part of things. So please just make sure you answer these ones really carefully because they are nice and easy and nice, yeah, good marks. All right. So we always start off with nice, easy ones, comprehension type questions, and then we get hit with the calculation questions like question 3. Now it says, what percentage of the salary is the pension deduction? So we are needing to have our answer in percentage form. That's what the question's asking. They are asking us how much of the pension makes up the salary. Does anyone want to try tell me how to do it? I don't want the answer. I want to know how you would do that. What portion of the pension makes up the salary?
Can I try to do it right now?
Yes, who's speaking? I can't see.
It's Steffi.
Steffi. Okay, Steffi, tell me how you think, and don't be afraid.
I don't know if this is correct, but I'd say 17,000 times 1,275 and 75 over 100, and then you get the answer. Or that's wrong. Oh no. Can I retry this?
Try it. That's fine.
I'll try it on my calculator first.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, well, no, let's Steffi try, but those of you who are just in the background, you can also keep trying, and if you do figure it out, you can send me a thumbs up and we can hear your version.
1,275 over 17,000 times 100, and then you get the percentage. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
275. I'm sorry, I'm still calculating.
Don't worry.
$100. 7.5%.
Good, well done.
Well done to Asanda too. She got the answer in the chat box.
Nicely done. I didn't see a Sunday's answer. Okay, so guys, whenever we ask about percentage, we always take what we're looking at, which is the pension amount, over the total, which was our salary. And because we want it in percentage form, we have to times by 100. Okay, so a question like this in an exam could be 2 to 3 marks. Okay, 1 mark for getting the fraction part right, 1 mark for timesing by 100. Whenever there's a percentage involved, make sure you show that times by 100 because you always get a mark for that. 1 mark for the answer. Generally, when it comes to percentages, there should also be 2 decimal places. However, the answer was just 7,5. But if there was a 2 there, you would have to include the 2 after the 5, for example. But in this instance, it was just 0.5 and that's where it ended. Okay, but just remember, percentages always need to have 2 decimal places, just something to take note of. Okay, I'm very proud of you, Steffi. Well done. Does anyone have a question with that? Or are we all good with that one? Okay. Then let's move on to A, B, and C. I'm going to ask you guys to quickly try work that out. Don't give me any answers yet. Quickly do A, B, and C for me. Apologies. Is it Palesa? Did you raise your hand? If you want to ask a question, just unmute. Okay, take it as a no. Okay, can we go through this, guys? Ntabi Singh, raise a hand. Ntabi Singh, unmute and let me know what you want to say.
About payment, the formula, I need the formula.
Oh, is there any way you can repeat that? So broke up on my side.
Oh, sorry. How to get I need the formula to find the net salary, like the net payment.
Okay, so I do apologize, but I could not hear any of that. Can I ask you to send me a message? Can you type it out for me, please? I know signal's a bit bad on all sides at the moment, especially with load shedding. mixing things up. It can also be a private message to Kia. She can also relay. Okay. Okay, who's got the answer for A? Do you want to put it in the chats? $1,500. Okay, Asanda just was an overachiever and did all of them. Okay, so A is 1,500. Okay, and the way this was worked out is we can see all the income involved there. It mentions a basic salary, a housing subsidy, and then the gross salary, which is our total. So we can see the total is 18,500. We can see that the basic salary was 17,000. So the missing value must be the difference between the two. So for A, you would say 18,500 minus 17,000, which gives you 1,500. Now remember, if this was in a test, you need to show the step because you get a mark for your method and a mark for your answer. Okay, good, well done. I see quite a few of you did get 1,500. Then B. Let's move on to that one. I just want to quickly erase here. B is asking us to work out the total of the deductions. As we can see, this whole section here is our deductions, and B is the total. Okay, so what we need to do is add everything up. So if it's in a test, you're going to write everything out. 2,788.25 plus 185 plus 950 plus the 1,275, and it gives you an answer of, just want to check, 5,198.25. Good, well done, Asanda, you got that right. Any questions there? Okay, and I know I keep saying in a test, show all you're working out. I actually recommend you show you're working out all the time, so that when it comes to studying, you know how you got these answers and you don't have to sit there and waste another 10 minutes trying to figure out how you did it. Okay, then C is our net pay or net salary. We went through that earlier. Remember, net pay is your gross salary minus your deductions, or it's your salary after all the deductions come off. So our gross salary is 18,500 minus the deductions, which we just worked out, which is 5,198.25. And that gives you an answer of 13,301.75. And Asanda did get that right. Well done. Any questions? Okay, so these are the typical kinds of questions that you can get when given a payslip, but it's not too difficult, is it? All the information is there for you. You just need to figure out how to use those numbers. Okay, then the numbering did go a bit funny when I pressed enter here. So let's look at the last one, which is meant to be question 5. It says, if Savannah is due for a salary increase of 7.9% in August, what will her new gross salary be? See where I see your answer, but I don't know. Remember, it's the increase of her salary, not her total gross. It's just the salary. Does it say gross salary in the question? It does. Okay, apologies. It is actually meant to say basic salary. Just fix that. Sorry. Thanks for picking that up, Siwa. Yes, so I'm seeing some answers here, and it looks like you're just telling me what the increase is, not telling me what her new salary is going to be. Oh, see the gross salary, the basic salary. Asanda, you want to see the basic? Okay, so if her basic salary is 17,000 Rand, and we are increasing that by 1%, remember we can never just say plus 7.9%. We never plus a percentage. When we want to plus a percentage, we actually need to times by that percentage. Okay, so we want to times by 7.9%. And just because I'm seeing very different answers here, I want to double check myself. Okay, so I get an answer of 1,343 Rand. That's what her increase is going to be. Her salary is increasing by 1,343. But the question asked, what is her new basic salary going to be? So we know it increases by 1,300. So her new basic salary will be the 17 that she's currently getting plus the 1,343, which gives you 18,343. That's going to be her new salary. Good.
Yes, I got it. It's 18,343.
Good, well done. In Tabi Singh, do you understand what I've done here? Because I see your numbers very different to what I got. Remember, her new salary can't be less than the one that she's getting. It has to be higher than 17,000 Rand. She's getting an increase. Okay.
I need to add it. I forgot these substitutes.
So I'm not sure what's happening with the signal, but I'm not able to actually hear when you guys are speaking. So if you have a question or want to say something, just do it in the chat. I will respond. And Kia's also watching, so she'll be able to tell me straight away if you have an important question waiting for me. Okay, is everyone happy with that? Can we move on? If not, let me know in the chats. If you're happy to move on, send me a happy face, thumbs up.
Let's see those smiley faces in the chat box, guys. Nomhle is making a hug. She's so ready. Look at Steffi. Ayabonga, are you fine?
Good, good, good. Okay, well, there's definitely positive vibes all around. Okay, great, guys. I'm glad you understand that because that's also quite a common question. So let's go on to the next financial document. So remember, word of advice, whenever given a financial document, just take some time to look at everything that they've given you, see how they're setting it up and what's happening. Okay. So question 1 says define opening balance and state Ms. Smith's opening balance. Okay, so just to save some time, remember opening balance is the amount in the account at the beginning of the month. Okay, so the amount of money in a bank or an account at the beginning of the month. So it's a two-part question. So you'll start with that definition, the amount of money in the account. At the beginning of the month. Because that's for your first mark. That's the first part of the question. Then they say, what is her opening balance? So that's the second part. Her opening balance is
3,450.15.
good. Okay, so let's get back to the statement. Okay, it is over here in our statements. Opening balance, gave it away. 345,15. Now, a little bit of a trick question. Calculate the total value of her purchases for the month. How many purchases did she make?
Just mark.
She only made one purchase. Can we all see it? It says purchase over here and it's 500 Rand. So it's, yeah, tricky in the sense that it's too good to be true that they ask that kind of question. Hey, then the next question, what is meant by the term credit limit? Does that ring any bells? We did that earlier. And what is Ms. Smith's credit limit? Okay, so two-part question. They're asking for two things here, a definition and a value. Ma'am, what is the cash payment for? Cash payment means she's paid that into her account. So she's using J&E's lent her some money and she's been using that money, but now she needs to slowly pay it back. And by she pays it back via installments, which we've also mentioned. You can see the word installment here. So that means she's paying off the money she owes J&E every month, and she has to pay 280 Rand until she pays off all the money. So that's her installment. Okay, and she made a cash payment to J&E. That's why they said thank you, because she paid them some money that she owes them. Okay, so that's what the cash payment situation is.
If you're all good, Asanda, just make a smiley face. Okay, I see you good now.
Okay, but getting back to the question we were looking at as well, credit limits.
We already have an answer.
Okay.
Are
Good,
others willing
good.
to try? Maybe you have something different. or the same. All answers are accepted.
Okay, so Valente did give us the correct definition, but there is another part to the question. Can someone add that in? So the definition is the maximum amount of money that a lender will allow you to spend, or the maximum amount you can spend on your credit card. But then they also ask, what is Miss Smith's credit limit? What is the most she can possibly spend that J&E will give her? The store will give her.
Look at Siwa already has an answer for us.
But Siwa needs.
I don't know if it's correct. 5,650.
Good. Okay. Who said that? Was it memory?
It was memory.
Memory, Yamkele. Well done, guys. It is right over here. They tell you what her credit limit is, 5,650 cents.
Well done, guys.
Okay. Let's look at the next question. Write out Miss Smith's credit limit in words. So we need to take this number, 5,600,50, and write it out in words. Seems tedious, but it can be asked in an exam.
Monique,
Yes.
Asanda's asking, what is the credit available part mean at the top?
That's how much she still is allowed to spend. Okay, so that is so if we have a look at the statement, well, the rest of, if you want to listen to the reasoning here, credit limit is 5,600. That's how much the store has agreed to lend Miss Smith. Okay, she's spent some money. She's actually, in fact, spent about 3,450 of that money. But that's not the whole total. She's still got a little bit left over. The little bit left over is what's shown at the top there. So they've given her 5,600. She spent 3,450, 15 cents, and she's still allowed to spend another 1,550. That's what she's still got available if she wants to spend it. Okay, does that make sense?
If you're happy with the answer, Sanda, please make a thumbs up. There she goes. Okay, that's great.
Good questions. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this number should look like in words. So it is 5,600 rand. You need to include the rand part. And 50 cents. So you need to differentiate between the rands and the cents by saying rands and cents. So a typical question like this would be 2 marks. Okay, up until rand, getting that whole part right will be 1 mark, and then and 50 cents would be your second mark, for example, if they ask this for 2 marks.
Everybody's getting it so far. And the spelling is correct. That's very good. That's very good.
Okay, do we have any other questions when it comes to this accounts statement so far? $5,000. Okay, so these are still answers. Okay, good. 5,000. Okay, good, guys. Well done. You've got this. All right, any other questions? Okay, so let's have a quick look at this account statement. Let me just give you a quick run through because I realize that it might be a bit confusing. Okay. So like a Sunday was a due that asked, what is credit available? So credit limit means that's how much the store has agreed to lend her. So she's allowed to go wild and buy 5,600 rands worth of stuff if she wants to. Okay. But then that's it. She can't go anymore. But now obviously she's going to have to pay it back over a few months. And remember, when you pay something back over a few months, that's called an installment, which is shown over there. Now, they've shown us an opening balance of 3,450,15. That means she spent that much of the money they've lent her. Okay, but that's not the full amount. So she still has some to spend. Okay, which is her credit that is available. She's able to still spend 1,550 Rand and 35 cents. Okay, so that's what all these different things mean. So she started off owing her opening balance. She owes J&E stores 3,450 Rand and 15 cents. She then made a payment of 280 Rand. So she paid the installment. Okay, and just similar to like a bank statement, her new balance is the 3,170,15. Can you see it's slightly less because she's made payment now. She doesn't owe them as much anymore. Okay, then we can see interest comes into play, because remember, whenever you borrow money, interest is going to get involved and you're going to have to pay a little bit extra. So now, because she's loaning money, she has to pay 55 Rand and 50 cents in interest. So we take that 3,170, which she brought down by paying a little bit, but now we have to add interest. So her new total now is going to be the 3,225,65. So it's increased slightly. Okay, and then normally with accounts, they also charge you a fee just to have the account, which is the account payment or account fee. So she has to pay 120 Rand and 15 cents just to have this account. So can you see how now her new balance has gone up yet again because of paying interest and account fees? Okay, so she started off with a balance. She paid some money. She brought that balance down, but then interest came into play, the account payment came into play. So now she's currently owes J&E stores 3,345,80. Then she made a purchase, which means she now went and spent more money at J&E. She spent 500 Rand. So now her balance is going to increase again. She's going to owe J&E some more money. So to work out A, you're going to take that 3,345,80 plus 500. So it takes it to 3,845,80.
Well done, Asanda and Siwa.
And that also means B is going to be the same answer because nothing else happens after A. So B is the same as A. It is your closing balance. She now owes J&E 3,845,80.
Yes.
Okay, and every month she's slowly going to have to pay that off with monthly installments. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, do we feel better about account statements? Let me see.
Asanda says, would you lose a mark if you leave it at 1 decimal place?
Yes, you will, because money, just like percentages, is always 2 decimal places. So it's a very, very good question. I'm going to write it in red here. Okay, so percentages is 2 decimal places. 2DP means 2 decimal places. Money is always 2 decimal places. So the calculator actually said 3845,8. You will lose that answer mark if you just leave it at 8. You need to add that 0 in. It always has to be 2 decimal places. So that's a very good point. Thank you for bringing that up.